Yes, everyone, welcome to another edition of Howson's MMA Takeover on MMA Latest. Today, delighted to be joined by my mate Brendan Loughnane. What's happening, Hackett?
It's been a while, hasn't it, mate?
It has been a while. Well, I've watched most of your recent fights.
Good.
I've just not chatted to you. I think the last time I chatted to you was... it was Kane and Mark Diakese at Bama. I think that was the last time I
That was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago.
It's good to see you doing well, mate, always.
Hey, it's alright, innit?
Yeah, it is.
Likewise.
Yeah, thank you, mate.
Yeah, that was a unbelievably good performance, like a dominant performance, that Celtic Gladiator.
Yeah.
Last month, what was it? It was November.
A few weeks ago, was it? I don't remember.
It only feels like
this
last
week's
month.
been a blur, this month.
What's next, man?
You tell me, mate.
Well, I see you circling around UFC stuff, but I'm going to put to you, why not Bellator? What's going on with Bellator? They've been in touch?
Bellator didn't come with the right offer.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I
Because I know
know
they're putting a lot into Europe at the
I know
moment.
other people are on. I know a lot of people on. People aren't even ranked in the top 10, getting double what they offered me. So I said, nah, mate. So, you know, the UFC came twice for me last year. I was injured both times. It's just wrong time, and the second one was the wrong weight. So, you know, let's hope.
Is that as last minute replacement?
Yeah.
That's not what you want, though, anyway, is it? You want a deal?
I deserve a deal.
That's what you want, is a deal.
But in March, either way, there's going to be, if not the UFC, something else. So, looking forward to it.
What's that, something else?
Something good.
Is that something you're going to tell me in a bit off camera?
I'll tell you later.
Right, so I was watching your fight recently.
Yeah.
Just to try and give a bit of a finger, like me and Bren used to train together.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I used to let you beat the fuck out of me, but I used to turn up and get the fuck beat out of me. I think is the phrase that you're really looking for.
Yeah.
You and Adam, you just go spar with you and Adam, and just basically just get my head pounded
What
in.
year was that?
2009, 2010, about 5 stone ago.
There we go. 2009, 2010. That's how long I've been in this fucking game.
It's come a long way since then.
I know.
That was Stockport Fighters with
Yeah,
Ian. You still do any catch?
Yeah. No, I should do though. I really enjoyed that.
I enjoy catch.
One thing that I really missed, but I was doing it with a guy called Neil Melanson in America, who's a catch can guy too. He trains with Randy Couture and stuff. So
Oh shit.
I did keep it going over there. So yeah, I mean, I've been doing bits, but not with Ian and stuff. But yeah, it was really good back in them days.
Yeah, I used to enjoy the shit out of it in a dank hanging basement.
Horrible
Mill,
little
it was wicked.
grimy, cold. Imagine how cold it is in there right now. Look, the thought of it is just making me cold.
The mats will be hard. The mats will be hard to be that cold. But yeah, I was watching your last fight with. This seems like the maddest little sort of small social circle. I was watching with Jesse Lingard's dad, who I've had conversations with in the past about you, and he used to live next door to you.
Yeah.
Before he lived next door to you, he lived next door to Kane.
I know. I know it's really small. Here's an even weirder one for you. My mum grew up in the house that Kane now lives in. Kane's mum family now lives in. It's all very small circle in where we're from, but yeah.
And Marcus lived down the road.
Mate, weird, but you know it's great to see them two doing well. But we were cut from the same cloth back then. You know, there was a couple of ways out. One was music, one was sport, and one was education. And I definitely can't sing. And I definitely can't be arsed reading books. So there was only one way out for me, and we found it.
Dig people in the head.
Yeah, there we go.
But in that, it's a mad little world that I couldn't believe. And I know Jesse's into it as well. I see Jesse with Kane every now and then and stuff like that. I think it's wicked. And you two's got that All Powers gym, which looks like it's an absolute breeding ground for some real up and coming talent at the moment as well.
Yeah, I mean I've had that for nearly 4 years now. Kind of took a back step with it now, you know, just because I got in ACB, I was making really good money, and I was like, fuck, I need to kind of chill. So kind of passed that over now. So that was something, coaching will be something that I'll pick up at the end again.
I think that's probably a good shout as well, because there's that fine balance, isn't there, between you want to become a full-time fighter. One of the ways to become a full-time fighter is probably to do a bit of coaching. The coaching can sometimes take a little bit too much of your time.
It's getting to the point where I'd have 2 or 3 guys on the card and me fighting, and then trying to corner someone and fight yourself's not easy. So, especially if I'd lose, and my head would be done in, and I'd have to fight myself. So it just didn't work, mate. So took a back step. Since I've done that, it's been great. So yeah.
And San Diego, how did that come about?
Well, when I got offered the Dukamar fight, the guy who was my jiu-jitsu coach and ultimate fighter, a guy called James Harbison, he's best friends with Dom. And then I called him and I said, look, I need some high-level sparring for this fight. Can I come out and train with you? He went, yeah, man, come live at Dom's with me if you want. And I was like, Dom who? Dominick Cruz.
So, that guy.
The rest is history, mate.
Do you know what? I said to you before, I rewatched the Dukamar fight today. I'm scoring it 30-26, Bren. Right?
Is that because you're my mate?
No, that's because that's what I'm scoring it. It was close. Like, you could argue some of the rounds as a draw.
Yeah.
But the first round, I'm scoring the first round of 10-8.
Yeah, yeah.
So what I said to him before was like, there's an argument that a lot of people have, which is that the 3 losses you've had, well, for starters, it was all decision. And for 2, they're all really controversial decisions.
Yeah, yeah.
There's none of them where you was like, well, you got to deal with it. Like, all of them, there was an argument.
I would have loved that,
all.
you know. You know what you just said? I would have loved just one of them to just knock me the fuck out, and there'd be none of this discussion now.
But there's an argument to be made. There is an argument to be made that he should be undefeated.
Yeah.
And
then we'll be talking 19-0, and we're having a different conversation right now, aren't we?
Yeah, and well, you'd have probably been in the top 10 of the UFC, I would imagine, at that point.
Probably with a UFC belt right now, if shit would have went my way. Me and Holloway would be a good fight, you know it would.
He's big, though.
No, he's a beast. He's a fucking beast. I take it back.
But while I was watching the Duke Umar fight, there's a lot of sensibilities that he's got that reminds me of Dominick Cruz. Is that a rematch you've got in your head?
With Duke Umar? Tomorrow? I've already avenged one of the losses. We've seen how quick that went. I'm always down for avenging losses. Fuck Healey though, he could go away. I don't want to fight him again.
He's a big fella, isn't he?
Yeah, he was daft, giving up.
But there is a lot of the movement, especially there's that kick that he throws, which is so reminiscent of what, and I'm sure you're seeing that up close with Dom. Do you think you'd got a beating of him second time round? Proper beating of him?
I get finished. I let my foot off the gas. I knocked him down in the first round. I thought, this is easy. And then kind of let my foot off the gas. Whereas since then it's been savage mode on it. It's putting everyone to bed. So that's exactly what it would be with him again next time.
I would be looking forward to that. That would be a nice one to see in the UFC. But there's one fight that everybody wants to see. The whole of UK MMA wants to see it. But there's probably 3 you could make.
Okay, go on.
Grundy?
Boring.
I agree, but you could make it.
Yeah.
And that's probably, it's just boring. But you could make it.
Yeah.
Fish Gold?
Not a bad fight, yeah, not a bad fight, but I mean, he's in the UFC, and it's like...
And then Paddy the Baddy?
Paddy the Baddy, eh? Who's he?
So what's going on with this? Where are you at with this? Because I've seen you and Graham going...
The other day I just popped up, I seen that they were doing the Echo on the 16th of Feb, and I was like, well, I need a fight. Surely Paddy's on that card, or they don't go to the Echo. And then it all kicked off. I said, yeah, lad, I'll come over. You ain't got a title now, I ain't got a title. I'm not asked, I'll take your little buttons that you want to give me, and I'll come and fight you there. Oh, all hell broke loose. You know I'm injured. That's why you asked me. Whatever, lad. Like, it was just, you know what I mean. It was like, I need a fight. You need a fight. Apparently, this big conspiracy theory that I knew he was injured, and that's why I did it. And whatever, lad. It's boring now, but everyone knows what happened in that fight anyway.
We're gonna see that fight.
I'd love to, mate.
If you was putting money down on that, am I seeing that fight this year?
Probably not, mate. Probably not. I mean, I've tried so many times now. What can you do?
It's probably been
5 years, mate.
I was going to say 4, but yeah, it might be 4.
How good would it be, though?
It'd be sick.
It's
the
sad.
conversation I was having with
with
Roy was, you could do a full card, Manchester versus Liverpool, but what would be carnage would be the crowd. The fucking crowd would be awful. Oh my God.
Especially when he gets sparked in the Echo in front of his hometown. I'd need a helicopter out there, quick.
Bellator, if you're watching, that might be the thing that you need to do to really spark it in the UK. Because they're putting MVP and Daly
It's the second biggest fight in Europe behind that.
Oh, but they're putting that on in America. If you did a Manchester, there's enough fighters. There's enough fighters.
Loads. You could have Kane and Ellis Hampton. That was supposed to happen back in the day.
We can throw Gundy, there's Fish Gold, Menga could fight on it. There's like Lerone could fight on it.
There's loads.
There'd be you could stack a card with.
But you would need armed police.
It might be the craziest fight arena that you've ever seen.
Wow.
It'd be sick.
It'd be epic though.
It'd be sick.
It'd be absolutely.
You could have 2 pay-per-views. You could have one in the cage and one out the cage.
Could you imagine the atmosphere in there, mate?
It'd be sick. It would genuinely be sick.
With the United and the Liverpool fans.
Yeah, because all you need is someone to walk out in a United shirt.
That'd be over, wouldn't it?
Menga usually walks out in a United shirt actually as well, so that'd spark it up. But he trains in Liverpool. He'd be like, whoa.
I know, make your mind up.
Fucking hell. So let's talk about that then. Dominick Cruz going training over there. You and Lerone going out there.
Yeah.
How's it going out there?
Absolutely great. I mean, like I say, for that Duke Umar fight, I went there. I think I did 6 weeks the first time. Absolutely loved it. Got on really well with him. And then ever since then, I've been going back. I went back for the Dillashaw camp. Then I went back again for this last camp, and obviously got injured then at the end. But you know, it's been great, and you know, I did 5 months there just last year, so I'm going back there in January. It's my home now. Come home. I don't even feel like this is home no more.
Really? Oh shit.
I mean, it is, but like, everyone gets on with their life really quick at home, and when you're gone for half a year, mate, everyone just does their own thing, so I feel like shit. If I'm a groove over there more than I have here now, so, you know, I'm living at his house, I'm training twice a day, me, Stevens, Caldwell, Jory, the list is endless.
It's a sick camp.
It's a sick camp.
It's a famous camp. It's a really good, solid, well, not even solid, it's just high level camp. Would Dom be someone that you'd have in your corner, do you think, if he did pop into UFC?
100%. He's already commentating on London in March.
Oh, is it?
So.
Oh shit. I might have to have a word with you then, because I wouldn't mind having him on here.
Yeah, not a problem. If we could slide on that card, that'd be absolutely great. So we'll see what happens with
that. What I will say is that I'm glad you've said that he's going to be in your corner, because when I listen to his analysis, it's the best out there. It's bang on. I like listening to DC because I like DC as a guy.
Yeah,
but when you listen to Dom's, there's things that he's saying in the middle of fights, and he's like, "Watch out for this," and you're just like, "Oh, no,
it just happens." Well, that's what 15 years at the top level will do to you. I mean, you just see things before everyone else, and imagine living with him all day, every day.
Is that what he's like? Is he analysing every second?
Won't even put MMA on. Won't even put UFC on the TV. Just hates it because he's so immersed in it. We're not even allowed to put UFC on the telly.
But what, mate, that's a resource that you've got to tap into, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you are tapping
Well,
into.
come on, mate. I live with him. Pick his brain every day. He picks mine about. I don't even know what he picks mine about and why he even wants me there. But it's a messy guy in his house. But he believes in me, and you know, to have him believe in me, then it's worth everything to me.
I'd be very much interested in seeing that in your corner anyway. If that does that come off,
be great, wouldn't it?
He's fucking. He comes across absolutely mint. Yeah. He comes across mint. But yeah. So you're not going to tell us where he's going next?
Where I'm going next?
Well, yeah. If it's not the UFC.
Well, there's nothing signed for me. You know, like I say, I did have 2 offers last year. First one was UFC London last year.
Oh, 2018 London.
Yeah. My arm was broken.
Who was that against?
Nasrat Hakparast. He's just beat Diakasi and all that. He's a good fighter, and it was at the weight above again. The second one was 3 days before I was about to make featherweight. I was 68 kg, and he asked me to go and fight lightweight, some Russian, and I was like, I can't go in with this much disadvantage again. I did that with Healey, and I learned. I said no. So
would you go in at 145, or do you reckon you get to 135?
You know what? It's mad you say that, because I've been looking at my weight recently. Like, why am I so light? My body's just adapted now to this weight, and I think could even be an option, mate. If you look at the size of Darren Caldwell and that, fucking.
What does Dom walk around at?
77 key. I know, heavier than me. I'm 71 key right now. I'm getting heavier. Well, I've been ill though, but it's definitely on the cards, mate. And you know what? I actually mentioned it to a coach the other day as a joke. I watched him, and he went, "Well, what are you weighing now?" I said 71. It's only 10 key for me. That's normally what people do anyway.
Well, yeah, you're gonna diet. You diet 5 or 6 pound off.
Yeah.
You've got 14 to go.
Who knows?
Who knows,
mate? Who knows, bantam? Who knows, mate? I'd be the biggest bantamweight on earth.
I like you at bantam. Because what's fucking Holloway's about 6'2", isn't it? Mate, that's a big dude.
Yeah, that's what Dom said.
That's a long reach to get to his head.
The size of Holloway, he said he's massive.
But I do think he's going up to lightweight pretty soon, because that can't be healthy for him. I mean, I don't think it'd be a killer to. Well, obviously, Dom's some size to you, isn't it? Some height.
A bit shorter. I mean, he is a smaller frame though. But you know, he's always done well in that division because of his size as well. And you know, when he fought Mighty Mouse and all that, he used his size. So, mate, size is such a big thing in this sport now. It never, like back in the day, kind of get away with it because of the steroids were involved in that. But now that's all been taken away. Size is everything now at these weight classes. I mean, if you look at Holloway, he's too big for them all. Never mind his skill. Don't matter. Like
he's a unit.
Like what?
He's
like they hit him and nothing happens.
He's so fucking
big. Look at Khabib.
Yeah.
Size of him, mate. You hit him, nothing happens. It's too big.
He's a big fella, isn't he? What would you do if you come up against someone like that? Because if you did fight Grundy, that's probably going to be
exactly what's going to happen. Grundy's a one-dimensional wrestler. I fought him my whole career. Granted, he's probably the best wrestler I fought, but I trained with Darren Caldwell and world-class wrestlers. Ed Roof, all of them are like the best wrestlers.
Where's Ali stack up in that?
Exactly. You know all about Ali Arish. I've been training with Iranians.
Time on my fucking back.
Been training with Iranians my whole career, so I'm ready for them wrestlers. Bring them on, mate. Bring any of them wrestlers on.
I think, for those that don't really know, the Iranian wrestlers are certainly in Manchester as well.
Yeah.
It's probably like as close as you're going to get to a Dagestani sort of mentality, in it. Just mad arseholes that just love wrestling.
I was just very lucky that I found this hotbed of Iranian wrestlers inside the Y Club.
Yeah, like you wouldn't know. Just Manchester. Manchester's actually like where the GB Olympic team trains, and you just wow. Does it?
And like, I was always a decent striker, But then to find them early and get my wrestling game up and have Ali El-Reese trying to take me down every day, who was twice my size.
What have you been trying?
It just got me. It got my takedown defense like that, mate. And even in America, they can't believe how good my takedown defense is. I mean, if you look at my last couple of fights, even Healey I took Healey down twice the size of it. You know what I mean? So don't underestimate my wrestling.
Well, just said before we first start rolling, like, I'd love to see you just score just a couple of those, like, for the judges, just like one for you dickheads, because it's hanging when it goes to the cards.
Yeah.
What's stopping you doing that? Because I know your ground game. I know your ground game's good enough to do that.
Well,
I know you like to.
That was Dom. Changed my whole game when I went out.
Has he done
there.
that?
Yeah, he said, "Listen, you start taking people down." So the first camp I did with him was when I fought at Russian in Germany, and I took him down a couple of times. And it really did mix things up, because then he was like, "Fuck, am I getting taken down or am I getting my head kicked up?"
That's it. You see Khabib landing them shots on Conor.
Never would have landed them without the threat of a takedown.
No, so I think just shit people up a little bit, come out and start like But
then the last guy, I felt him, and I went to the ground and I thought, wow, he felt strong, mate, Brazilian, and he felt his guard was really tight, and I thought, get out of here.
I mean, that's straight stereotyping him, but I'm sure it's probably correct. Like, I don't think you're an MMA fighter in Brazil without a ground game.
It was strong, mate. I couldn't believe it. So I was out of there quick.
I do like your leg kick game, though. Is that from Panchos?
I don't know what that's from, mate. You know what? I just adapt to every guy. Whatever I need to do to win a fight, if I have to take you down, I'll do it. If I have to kick you, if I have to elbow you, punch you, or whatever, I usually find a way to navigate whatever you're doing.
The Healey fight, was that a game plan?
The game plan was to win 2 rounds, and he's going to come strong in the third, and we knew that was going to happen because of the sheer size difference. I was giving up 10 to 15 kilo. So I knew, score, and then he's going to walk you down, because that's what he does. I mean, he gave Khabib the best fight he's had in the UFC. We're talking about a guy, he beat Dan Hardy, beat Paul Daly, finished all them.
No, this is a serious dude, man.
So when I'm talking about
50-something fucking pro fights now.
We're talking about a serious competitor here. Juiced out of his mind, coming forward. So
allegedly.
So we
I'll
just...
save your ass for that.
Fuck it, anyway. We just knew that we had to punch and move, and then there's only so long you can do that before they come on top. So
that lead leg kick, though, you've definitely targeted that. You target that with both feet as well.
Here's a funny one for you as well. After that fight, what's it called? Healey. Seen him in the pub after in the bar bit, and he went, "Mate, listen," he said, 67 pro fights. You're the only guy to ever send me to the hospital. They took him in the hospital after the fight. They thought he broke his leg from the low kicks. Wow. And I thought everyone...
Well, they were good. There was like, I think you, like, out of the first 5 or 6 strikes, you've hit him with 4 or 5 leg kicks.
Yeah, bam, 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 bam. That was a plan.
Do you think that's effective when you're doing that?
Yeah, of course. Definitely. I mean, look, when I do it at featherweight, they just fall over. But when you do it at lightweight, it's a totally different ballgame. That's why I won't take these short notice lightweight fights. I'm 71 kilo. I can't be doing 70 kilo
People
more.
Probably in the cage.
84, Norman Park, when I fought him, same thing. They're just massive, mate, and I just won't do it anymore. I mean, I've done it just to get fights, and I'd rather not fight than fight at that weight no more.
Don't need to.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, very much excited to see what 2019
Me
holds.
Too, mate.
What do you reckon the odds on you agreeing something with the UFC are for that card? And is there enough time for a proper camp over in San Diego for that?
What, March 16th? 2.5 months. Perfect time. I'm going there anyway. Like I say, I'll definitely be fighting in March, whether it's one show or another.
Are you going over to San Diego with that in mind then?
Yeah.
Start a camp in the next 2 weeks?
I just live it over there. You know, I'm in and out the gym twice a day.
The weather's got to help and all that.
Oh, it's great. Let's look at full of a cold, everything is shit place. Can't be dealing with this England no more.
That's a nice. That's it's not bad. 10-week little run at it. Over in the hot
10 weeks I'll have it. 2 weeks has me, because I've been doing it so long. As soon as I kick into gear, it just comes back straight away. Because I've been so much muscle memory to me now. I mean, I'm even better when I've had a week off and I go back, because the body needs that rest. I'm just at it all the time. But
when was the last time you went out to Thailand? You've been out there for a few times, haven't you? To Tiger.
I was gonna go this year, but America's where it's at for me. That's the land of opportunity. Thailand's it's a good place to train, and actually it's a very good place to train, but it just don't have the contacts or the bodies right now.
Not Tiger, who's that?
Tiger do though. To be fair, they've got a real good stable there too. But I mean, I'm living with Dominick Cruz in America. You can't beat that. So I know that, and I know that.
Can't beat that.
I've just turned 29 this month, so I know that 3-4 good years now. So that's what I need, mate. I need my break, and I need to just smash it.
That's the one that's got to be in the UFC. Do you remember this? Right, it was when we were training at Stockport. You was probably 7 or 8-0 at the time. I think you went on holiday to Zante or Malia or something.
Yeah.
You ended up fighting one of them fucking knobheads in the cage. Have you got that video of that?
I have got the video of that.
If you've got it, if he sends it me, I'll try and put it up in there.
I've got it on. It's on YouTube actually. So I go on holiday with my mates. Been there 4 or 5 days. We ended up going to. We get stopped on the strip. Oh, do you lads want to come to an MMA event tonight? I'm like, fucking right we do. Been on the piss all day. Go down there. Watching the show anyway. They give it on the mic. Oh, the main event's out. The guy's not showing up or something like that in Greek. So I'm like that to my mate. I don't know who it was. I go, no, yeah, I'll fucking jump on that. And he's gone, oh, don't be daft. So I snuck off with my beer. And yeah, I'll take that fight. Guy looks at me, he's like, mate, he's twice his size, he's 84.
It was fucking huge. Was he only 84? He looked 100.
So I went.
Just a big fat dude, wasn't it?
Yeah, so I went, nah, go on, I'll take it. And he went, you sure? Yeah, I'll take it. So I took the fight. I had a pair of beat shorts on. No gum shield, no box, no nothing. I'm in the back warming up, putting my beer to one side. This guy comes in, this Greek fella, Brendan just knew my name, speaking Greek. He looks me up and down and he goes, Brendan, and just laughs his head off. Him and his coach just laughed their head off. And I thought, you cheeky little bastard, I'm going to get you. So we come out, we're fighting, first round, I thought, wow, strong, pushed me against the fence. But it was a big, like, English audience because it was like a finger town.
Where was it?
Malia.
I thought it was Malia.
But it was top, mate, outdoor arena, top. and then the second round, I remember he come up to me in the second round, his coach, because obviously he thought he was just going to walk through me. And then the first round was close, he comes up to me and he goes, we're only doing 2 rounds now instead of 3. I went, what? I said, what? Because he's tired, I looked across. He's like, he can't even breathe. So then Adam's gone, mate, you better finish him in this round. So I just steamrolled him in the second round, straight out.
These are the dudes that I think they charge tourists as well to just get in and get twatted, essentially, don't they? I think that's what that guy
I was cannon fodder, but unfortunately not. It was funny.
Fuck me. Oh, man, that's What's the sparring opportunities like over in the States then? Are you getting out and have you been over to the UFC Performance Centre and stuff like that?
I've been there. That facility's like amazing.
What's the crack with that? Is it anyone signed to the UFC is able to
UFC
just
you can bring 3 people. So, like guys who got the UFC and then they want to bring a couple of training partners for their camp, and anyone they can just use it, all the facilities. And it's unbelievable, it's world class. Like I don't know if there's anywhere else in the world like that. I mean, it's incredible. The facilities are great. Massive cage, even like a big seated area around the cage in there where like people can come and watch you sparring, and unbelievable. Loved it, mate.
I've seen some of the videos that I think Forrest Griffin did a tour of it, and he was showing that there's multiple camera angles around the cage. So when you're sparring,
that's the one. Yeah.
You can pause it, rewind it, and check your technique out and stuff like that. That's a fucking phenomenal
they've got
kit, that, isn't it?
Pens and it's incredible, mate. It's like nothing you've ever seen. So it was an eye-opening experience, and hopefully we do get there this year, and I'll be in there quite a lot. Because you can go there as soon as you get signed, everything's free to you, and then you go and get all your blood work done, all your all kind of tests that you wouldn't even imagine, like your weight in each feet and just real stuff that you need at this high level now, because this is what it is. It's at this level now. So what's
mad is that you hear that like you listen to a Joe Rogan podcast and you hear him talking about going getting blood work done. I guess you can do that with private healthcare in America, but in England, like, is there a place in Drolsden that can do that? Like, I fucking doubt it.
I mean, the blood work, I had it done in America for the first time, just the last time I was there. Incredible, mate. 4 pages of your level on each one, and then a full like report on this is what you need, this is what you. And I was like, wow.
How much does that cost?
Free. I did it through them, didn't I?
Okay,
so yeah, I get some nice perks out.
Because you're like, I just not. Where would the average guy just decide to just like rock up somewhere and be like, trying to have a test of that? Like,
I have no idea, but I managed to do it, and it was absolutely. I actually didn't actually change anything, because like I was just like, all right, but just to actually know that you're not dying, it's like a nice thing. It's like a nice thing to know.
UK MMA at the moment as a proper domestic scene. You got things like Celtic Gladiator, obviously Bellator are starting pouring in. I don't know what's going on with ACP at the moment and all the rest of them, but the scene's banging at the minute. And I'm off doing unbelievable things for the sport. Are we mainstream now, do you think?
I'm over the moon, mate, because I've watched this come from a little DVD. Like what you had to get off your mate. Actually, a VHS you had to get off your mate just to watch the sport, to watching it on all the channels every day.
How did you get into MMA? Because I know Roy was saying that he was always doing karate and mad things like that as a kid. He said he was trying to get you into football a lot as well.
Well, my next door neighbour used to do it, Ben Walcott. He was an MMA fighter when MMA was really unheard of. Yeah, Big Ben.
He used to train at Stockport as well,
He did.
Did I break his ankle?
So, maybe.
Might have broke his ankle.
So he kind of just dragged me into it. And
into actual MMA?
Yeah. I was just playing football and what other young kids do with Roy and the rest of them. And then finally found my way through to this other mad thing and just never looked back.
Which UFC was your first one you watched?
I can't remember, mate. I watched them all when I was a kid. Randy Couture, BJ Penn, Matt Hughes. They was all my favourites back then.
Yeah, it was about the BJ era that I sort of got into. I missed all those proper, no rules.
Sad seeing him now, isn't it?
Oh, he's not had a win since 2010.
And get him out of there. What are you doing?
He's not had a win since my last fight. My fight, should I say.
There you go.
My one fight.
There you go then. No, it's just sad, mate, because he's a legend, and seeing him get done like that by Ryan Hall, he's not the best himself. It's sad, isn't it?
At what point do you reckon someone's got to step in above him? Because you're not going to let him go to it. He should be doing analyst work, or he should be doing something, shouldn't he? There's legends like him.
Who's anyone to tell anyone to stop, though? That's unfortunate. That's the life we're living.
Especially when there has been fighters that, like Randy, that have fought, and even like Vitor are so old, but they're
what about the Chuck and Thingy fight? Chuck and Tito. It's hard to watch. It's hard to watch, mate. Someone just tell me when it's over, and I'll believe you. Because these people don't seem to believe.
Could take you for a walk around the park and be like, listen.
Stroke my head and go, listen, lad, it's over, lad. Forget about it. If
you've not had a win
for 9 years, if I don't have a win for 9 years, you got permission for this video to tell me to stop.
Fucking hell. What do you make of what's going on with John Jones at the moment?
Best ever.
Reckon?
Best guy to ever put a foot in the octagon, and always will be. Adapts to every single fighter. Never has a day off. Even when he does have a day off, because he's been partying, he still smashes your head in. So like, it's just he's good. He's good everywhere. He adapts to every fighter, and he's the best we've ever seen.
Do you reckon he fights DC at heavyweight?
He beats him every single time. It's pointless for DC.
It's a nightmare because I love DC.
Yeah, I do.
But you're just like, you're not going to beat him.
It's unfortunate, isn't it?
He thinks he's champ.
I think it's just going to get worse as well as the years go on.
Yeah, and I think if he does fight him at
Imagine
heavyweight,
he did beat him though, and finally got it back.
At heavyweight though, because he is getting diminished, because he's a fat dude at the end of the day. He's a fat dude that's having to diet down and get to 205. And he looks different gravy at heavyweight.
I know,
he really does. It's mad.
So because you think he's got a chance at heavyweight?
No. I'm just, I just love the guy.
I know, it's sad. But I love John Jones too, so put all the bravado to one side. He's the best fighter I've ever seen. And a lot of people agree with that. I mean, just the way he adapts to it. Like, if you look at his resume and who he's fought, it's like, and the way he just comes back after 2 years out, it just looks like he's not missed a beat.
That was dominant against
Gustafsson
as well. That was nothing,
Dom told me that Gustafsson's the best fighter he's ever seen in his life when he was at Alliance. Just knocking everybody out. And he said he's the best fighter he's ever seen in his life, and look what he did to him.
Well, he was the first guy to take him down, and he really put it on him. And there's a case that he won that fight, the first one. There's no case for that second one. That was utter carnage.
Straight dominance.
That was utter carnage. Conor McGregor, Khabib. We're going to see two, aren't we? Just because of the money it's going to bring in. But do you see it going any other way? Who beats Khabib? Do you reckon Tony Ferguson's got a chance?
Beats him. Yeah, I think Ferguson's so good off his back and so horrible with them elbows that he'll maul him.
He's also not quite roofed in right, and I kind of like that and all.
Yeah, no, you have to be a bit nuts to be able to get past Khabib, and I think he's going to get took down for the first 3 rounds, 2.5, 3 rounds, and he's going to be hacking him off his back and getting Khabib tired, and then I think by 4 or 5, it's when Ferguson comes into his own.
I thought there was going to be like a little mad triangle of Khabib beats Conor. I think probably Conor beats Tony, but Tony beats Khabib. And you could probably, if the UFC's smart, they maybe do it like that. They let Khabib and
I thought Kevin
Tony
Lee
fight.
was going to end up in the mix, but he's let us down.
Kevin Lee's a solid guy,
I know, he got forced up, didn't he?
Yeah, Kevin Lee's a solid. Well, did they fight for the interim, him and Tony? Is that who he won it on? Yeah, because he had the staff, didn't he?
Yeah. But then he got beat by Al, didn't he? Last the other week, so.
Al might put himself in the mix. Al might be the new Nate Diaz.
Hopefully.
Just putting himself in there when
Nate
you
Diaz.
go.
I love the Diaz brothers.
Well, I do, but
I know.
It annoys me that like most casual fans only
night,
know them because of that he fought Conor and think he deserves to be in title shot contention. You're like, fuck off. Especially when you've got the likes of Kevin Lee, you've got the likes. I mean, even Raging Al, the performance he put up against Khabib was unreal.
I know.
That'd be interesting. I reckon International Fight Week this year, July, there's going to be a madness again. It seems, and I think the UFC's fucking himself a little bit. UFC got to the top where it was by you going to run, like the way John Jones won a title, the way Conor won a title. They weren't superstars. They made themselves superstars by going on a streak. Then they got a title shot, and then for the most part, not Conor aside, they defended that shit.
Yeah.
Whereas now, what you're tending to sort of see with most of the stuff that's happening with the UFC is, because you're not a name, they're not asked.
Yeah,
but they're icing 2 divisions at a time when they make champion fight champion. Because now that division's on hold and this division's on hold because they're both fighting that.
I agree.
They need to get back to what they did in the early days.
Like
Not tournament format, maybe.
Well, Holloway's back up to lightweight, so let's see who he fights. That'll throw a spanner in the works for sure. Because that guy's dangerous. I think he definitely beats Al. I think him and Ferguson might be a bit too big. And I think him and Khabib, who knows? Who even knows, mate?
Is that the one? Champion versus champion?
He's a fun year, innit? I don't think Conor can beat him this time either.
Who? Holloway?
Yeah, I think
that'd be a good fight for Conor to take, to be honest.
I mean, I love Conor to death. I think what he's done for the sport's amazing. But I mean, I don't know. Holloway's just fucking the way he's coming into his own right now. He's not lost since that fight, and he's just murdering people.
Like Chael said, just ask the question: how good was Conor? Because Conor could have been texting with one hand and beat him the way he handled him
with one knee.
With one knee, that's frightening.
I know it is. It is frightening when you think of it like that.
Frighteningly good, and it was his easiest night's work.
30 seconds against Aldo. I mean,
and Aldo's pound for pound one of the greatest ever. Like, you see what Conor did to him, and you diminish what those fighters were, but
look at him, he's back again, Aldo.
Yeah,
back again, smoking people.
Class dudes, and Alvarez.
I know.
Made him look like me.
He just got it. Just
that combination of Alvarez it's wrong. It's absolutely wrong. But yeah, I think you're right, mate. I think we are in for a seriously fun year. And again, I think Bellator have got like 4 pay-per-views. I think from the end of January to the end of February, they've got one on a Friday night and one the following Saturday night, which I think is the MVP.
Have you got in that fight?
I don't fucking know.
I
don't fucking know. Well,
Pause, my mate.
I was going to say, you must have done some work with Healey at Rough House.
I want him to get it done. I like Paul a lot. I'd really like to see him get the job done.
I like MVP. I think MVP could become a British superstar.
I do.
I really do.
I do. How old is he?
He's pretty old, I think.
Yeah, no, but he's just flew under the radar at Bellator, and if he's in the UFC, mate, imagine. I'm
hoping that that Bellator can do some good stuff, because I like a lot of what they do. It pisses me off when they'll do, Hoist Gracie.
Against Shamrock. Wow.
You're like, is it 2001? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
It was, they've signed a lot of European talent, a hell of a lot, and let's see what they do.
There are 2 cards. I mean, I went to watch 138, London. I think, London. The one where MVP cracked that dude's skull. Made that. I was cage side for that. It sounded like a cricket bat got snapped.
Let's just hope that they can give all these guys that they've promised the world fights, because that's the key right now, because they've signed a lot of people. I don't want to see it.
It's getting on telly as well, and not delayed, not the day after.
Why can't they get a TV deal?
Can you imagine if someone was like,
that stage
we're going to put the Premier League on and we'll show it you the next day? You'd be like, how about go fuck yourself? I know the result. Yeah, shut up. Like, you can't tell the crowd to not say what's just happened in front of them, can you? It's mental. If they fix that,
then
they've got a problem. They've got to get
Cage Warriors had one. Why can't they get one?
They've got something with Spike 5, I think.
Have they?
I think they've got something. I don't know if...
But they never play them. They always mess it up.
I see, like, the people like Tyson Fury, and even going back further, Ricky Hatton and Frank Bruno, they got massive followings because they was on telly.
No.
Not because it was the highest level at the time. Ricky Hatton fought all of his fights on Sky Sports Friday night or Saturday night boxing, and everybody knew him. Yeah. And then when he got to Costa Zoo or even Mayweather and that was pay-per-view. But you knew the guy. You'd followed his entire career. You've got
That's why we're struggling in UK MMA, I know.
Because everyone fights.
Even the UFC.
Even the UFC fucked us. That annoyed the fuck out of me that when they put the one in Manchester on at 2 a.m.
What's going on with the UFC now with the UK deal? Who do you have?
Well, it was 11 Sport.
Who are they?
So they're based in Singapore. And 11 Sport is like an online, like Netflix almost, in the UK. It's like Sky over in Singapore.
Right.
It's the main channels. Over in the UK, they didn't have a deal. I believe what happened is they bid against Sky and BT for UFC rights, and they won them. And then they went to them, and Virgin as well, and was like, right, so we need a channel we can put it on. So you go to Sky and say, oh, can we have channel like 781 or something, or whatever, like just one of the random channels? And it was like, nope. And they went to BT, can we have one of your channels? And it was like, no, because you just beat us for the rights for this.
So what's going to happen
So
now?
they've all locked them out. And then because they didn't have the deal in place by whatever day they had to have the deal in place, BT got it extended, I think, by 12 months. So now this 12 month, I guess people are going to bid for it again. Yeah, BT. So it's still on BT for us, which it sounds like it's a good thing for fight fans in England, because we don't pay pay-per-views, do we? It's just on every week. It's just on for us. Happy days. I don't know if that changes with the ESPN thing that they've got going on. I assume it just stays the same. But I think then you're going to see another round of bidding. Let's hope it stays with BT, because it's all right on BT.
Yeah, it's sound. I mean, I don't think they push it enough though.
It's 50, it's 75 over in America, I believe, for the pay-per-views.
Dollars?
Yeah.
Yeah, when I'm over there, you ain't watching it other than a pay-per-view.
That's a lot.
I know.
That is a lot.
They're paying it.
That is,
That's how big it is there.
You think, like, if the Premier League can be going for billions and billions and billions, and it's just on like a premium channel, it's not locked behind a pay-per-view, surely the numbers would come if you put it out cheaper. Do you know what I mean?
I know.
I wish they would sort that out, because that's how I think you grow the sport. Locking it up behind pay-per-views.
Yeah,
not
too much, and people don't want to pay that. People haven't got the money to pay that, so.
$75 a month. There's only one pay-per-view a month usually, isn't there?
Yeah.
But then if you watch Bellator, if you watch One, because One are making moves.
Yeah.
Not thought about going getting in the Far East?
I have spoke to them too. It's just, I've literally spoke to every organisation you can name, mate, and been in talks with them all. Next move for me is a career move, so wherever I go has to be, I've decided I'm going there and I want to be paid because I'm going to stay there. So that's why I'm not rushing it.
Well, let's hope it's the one that we all hope it is.
Exactly.
And we'll leave it on that. But thanks for coming, mate.
Yeah, appreciate it, mate.
Obviously, we'll follow your journey on it as usual with MMA Latest. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe. Go give Brendan a follow on Twitter and Instagram. Definitely some good stuff out on Instagram, especially if you want to see inside Dominick's house when he gets over in San Diego pretty soon. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Laters.